Hello, and thank you for joining me tonight. Here, the Pin Collector, we talk primarily about collecting and trading lapel pins. Tonight, I wanted to talk about a little bit something different than I normally talk about. A lot of times, I'm doing Disney pins because that's the bulk of my collection, but in retrospect, I started thinking about my pin collection, and since I've been collecting since 1999, my collection is getting fairly large. And I thought about the pins themselves and these little pieces of metal that are either filled with colored glass or painted with different types of paints. They're really more than just a pin. They're little pieces of adventures and memories that are collected. So each pin, when I stop to look at them and think about them, each pin has its own story behind it, a unique story. And I wanted to start sharing some of that along with the pins when we do these pin videos. So tonight's pin actually is going to be a little bit off of the path from Disney, and we're going to go to Waco, Texas. So Waco is, of course, where Chip and Joanna Gaines have the silos. And my granddaughter, who is an artist and wants to be involved in interior design, really wanted to go and see what Magnolia was all about in Waco. So we loaded up the Jeep and we took a trip to Waco, Texas, just mainly to visit Magnolia and the silos and to see what that was all about for my granddaughter. So my wife and myself and my granddaughter and my grandson went on this little adventure of a trip. So while we were there, we wanted to see a few other things in Waco, see what they had available. Now, for number one, Waco, for me anyway, is a crazy city to drive around in. It is cut up really funny as far as what I'm used to, with lots of roundabouts and 3 and 4 lane roads where you wouldn't think they would be necessary, and they all kind of intertwine with a large highway system. So it was a little bit difficult getting around in Waco for the most part for me. But one of the things we did get to go and see was the Dr. Pepper Museum. And that's what this pin that I'm showing you tonight is all about. We went the first night we were in Waco, we went to the Dr. Pepper Museum to look around. The building was absolutely gorgeous, which this pin, as you can see, I have up here for you to get a better look at, is a replica of that building. Just a really neat experience as far as that goes. And of course, they had the gift shop where I purchased the lapel pin with other Dr. Pepper related items. They had an old Dr. Pepper delivery vehicle there to see, and they have a little restaurant, snack bar type area set up in the museum itself. Now, I have to admit, I wasn't too impressed. We decided we were going to eat there the first night, and I wasn't too impressed with the offerings that they had as far as food, but they do also have old style Dr. Pepper made the way it used to be made there at the gift shop and cantina. Hot dogs and a few other little different things, ice cream, a lot of ice cream, milkshakes, those types of things. But again, wasn't real impressed with the food offerings, but going to see the building, it was certainly worth doing that. And of course the museum that's there as well. So again, to kind of finish this video, I wanted to share that with you because it was kind of a fun little adventure for myself and my family. And each one of these pins in my collection, and probably in everyone's pin collection, have a story attached to them. It's either an adventure that you've shared with someone, your family or friends or other people. It may be someone you've traded with that you got to meet and interact with and have a conversation with and learn a little bit about that you would have never have met had it not been for pin trading. It may be that somebody has gifted you a pin for a particular reason. Maybe they went on a trip or an adventure and thought about you while they were out there in your pin collection and made sure to bring you back that little souvenir to remind you that while they were away enjoying their time off and their vacation, that they took a moment to think about you. So each pin has its own story, and that's what I'm going to try to focus on these videos. Is I'm not just going to show a pin and tell you about the pin necessarily, although I'll add some of that in with the information that I have, but I really want you to understand the stories behind it, because in a little bit of space, one cork board, bulletin board holds a lot of memories and a lot of adventures and a lot of history that just glancing at a pin collection you would never ever get. So let's try that. Let's try to get those stories out there to where we understand it's more than just a hobby. It's more than just a passion. This little pin collection of mine, and probably the pin collection of yours, really does speak a lot to your history. Guys, I hope you have a great rest of your week. I know it's Wednesday. I will be back on tomorrow with another pin and another story. And hopefully we can make this channel bloom through understanding our hobby is a lot deeper than what we thought it was. Make sure and hit the like button if you do like the contents. And as always, guys, subscriptions are free. Hit that button too. Have a great night.